not caring is very powerful. I noticed that when I did not care about something, when I absolutely didn't care what was to follow, I noticed that I became very, very powerful. And I noticed in many people, usually the people that care the most end up losing. Now, we got to keep this in context. When you put excessive energy into a thing, you are essentially giving off a desperation vibe, a desperation frequency. But when you absolutely do not care, you become more powerful. Why is it that you become more powerful? For one reason. It's because you have detached yourself from the outcome of the situation. So you're not tied to a result. For you, it doesn't matter what happens. And people are always baffled when they see this out of people. Usually when you stop caring, it's like they care more. But when you care too much, they stop caring. So it's an interesting thing. But what you're showing when you don't care is no matter the outcome, you're going to be okay. And guess what? The truth is that you are going to be okay, no matter the outcome. So I'm not promoting irresponsibility. I don't want to be misunderstood with this. I'm not promoting irresponsibility. I'm promoting putting your best foot forward and letting the outcome be what it is. That's what I'm promoting. So you're being detached from the outcome. I wanted that job bad, but I didn't get it, and that's okay. I wanted to win the game, but I didn't win, and that's okay. I wanted to be in that relationship. I thought that relationship would last until eternity, right? But it didn't happen. That's okay. They wanted out, and that's okay. Things didn't work out, that's okay. Now, the caveat to this is to turbocharge this whole I don't care type of thing. I don't like to use I don't care, but for the sake of the conversation, I need to use that so that you can kind of get it. The way that you turbocharge this is by putting in work and giving your best effort. See, that is the part that most people, they would never mention when you're talking about I don't care. Because I don't care sounds irresponsible, that I'll just do what I want, I'll be wherever I want, it doesn't matter. I'm not promoting irresponsibility. I need to say that again. I'm promoting essentially the laws of the universe, which is one of the laws, which is the law of detachment. So I remember one time in my past relationship, I had a woman and she would always get upset about whatever. And, I would just be like, okay. And so she'd be like, oh, get out. You don't care about nothing. This is what she would always, you don't care about nothing, get out. I would politely pack my stuff and I would pick up and I would just walk out. I wouldn't try to fight anything. She would, next thing you know, she would come to the door and try to stop me and all that, closing the door. No, jumping on me, hugging and kissing and all that. And the reason why I did that was not because technically I don't care. It was because I know that I didn't do anything wrong and I was in alignment with truth. And so when you align with truth, you can afford to not care. There is no debating. There is no arguing with truth. There is no trying to sway anything. There's no argument. So in that moment, I really didn't care because I was all out of things to do because I didn't do anything. So the next best thing for me to do was to oblige her, and she wanted me to leave. I'm going to leave because I haven't done nothing in the first place for you to ask me to leave, but I'm going to leave because whatever the outcome is, it doesn't matter because I gave my best effort. So that is the other piece to not caring. You have to give your best effort. Maybe you may desire something. You don't think that Yahweh, Buddha, Allah, Jehovah, you don't think that God, the universe, you don't think that they know the desires of your heart? You don't believe that the creator of this universe knows the desires of your heart, knows what you want? Of course. But you have to become okay with knowing that whatever happens, whatever outcomes happen, they happen to make you better. They don't happen to make you worse. And so in this order, if you put your best foot forward and somebody gives you something that you may not like and they want to terminate something, or you may not get this job, or you may not have won the game, or you may not have been able to be with this person, you have to know that somewhere in there's some teaching going on. And so it really doesn't matter if you put your best foot forward, because the goal is always to magnetize and not to chase. We are magnets. So the goal is to magnetize what you want to you, not to chase that which you want. And you magnetize through thoughts, through words, through behavior. And when you have these three components, you cannot care. Responsibly not care, because you've done your part. That's the entire concept that I want you to understand. When you don't care, when it's like, okay, whatever happens, you can do that. When you put everything you got into a situation, you can live with yourself. As I always say, the best pillow at night is a clear conscience. You sleep like a baby when your conscience is clear. You sleep like a baby, and your conscience is clear when you've done everything that you can. So it's like, if a person does not want to be with you, do you think that it's beneficial for you to drag them or chase that relationship? Even though they said, look, I don't want to be with you no more. Do you think it's beneficial for you to drag them and chase them, to be with them and beg them to be with them? So you win them back, right? You win them back, but you had to convince them against their will. And a man or a woman against their will, convinced against their will, is of the same opinion still. So they may not, in that moment, they'll receive you back and they'll go with the flow, but they still are unsure about you. They don't want to be with you. It would have been better had you given your best effort, and if they don't want to be with you, you let them go. I'm not into bondage. I'm not into captivity. If I put my best foot forward and you want to leave, you can go. Instead, you go, you fight for something that probably should end because these people wanted it to end. Now, if you relax, let's say you relax, and they have some time to think, and you didn't beg or anything, and they come back, maybe that's a little bit different, right? That's a different story. They've had time to think clearly, because sometimes people make rash decisions and they don't really understand what they're doing. But if you try to hustle in and beg and now they come back, then you end up getting cheated on. Well, you should have just let it go. Why would you want somebody that don't want to be with you? Why would you want that? That doesn't make sense. When people want to go, you let them go. So your safety net in not caring is that you've got to do your part. You've got to put your best effort. And then you leave it there like, hey, I didn't do nothing wrong. When you align with the truth, you're always protected. You're always going to be protected. And so you can walk away, be ready to, and be willing to walk away when you see something that's foul, that's not in alignment with what you know to be true, or righteousness, if you will. That's the whole thing. But you gotta not care. There's a lot of power in not caring. When I didn't care, I got the best results. When I started caring, people thought, he's too nice or whatever. Because you love people, you want to help people. And this ain't talking about relationships. We're talking about in everyday things. Okay, they need a couple dollars. Next thing you know, they back for a couple more dollars. You're like, damn, I thought I just gave you some money. Did I not just give you $100? Now you back asking for more? Now I have to not care. I ain't got it. I can't help. I'm in alignment with you. But you, on the other hand, because you tried to use my kindness for weakness, now you have to see just how much I don't care. I tried being good, but sometimes good is not good enough. So it's not that you don't care in the negative sense. It's that you're okay with the outcome because you've given your best effort. You should try it sometime. You'll see. I'm telling you. Not caring. You wanted to get with that person. You tried. Let it go. They know you want to be with them, or they know you tried to talk to them. That job application, they know that you tried. They know who you are. Everybody knows everything. Once you make it known, they know everything. But you have to have the confidence to say, I know that I can get another. Or I know that whatever is supposed to happen will happen. That something's working out for the better for me if this doesn't happen. That is what gives you the confidence to not care. Now, some people just don't care irresponsibly, and their lives are ruined because they don't care. They're irresponsible about it. And you can look at their life and you can see it. But then there's others where it's like, hey man, I ain't about to beg you. I'm not going to beg you for this or for that because I know who I am. I know what I put into myself. And it's not that you have to go around announcing this, but it's like, hey, this is my intent. I let it be known. Let the chips fall where they may.